Beloved one, now we are going to have fun. We are going to speak of something that is mind-expanding, something that will also allow the heart to open and resonate. We are going to speak of something that your scientists, the ones who study the heavens and the sky, have been finding out. The universe is expanding. Moreover, they have studied the various galaxies within the universe, and they are finding that the galaxies do not stay in one position, but they are moving and expanding as the whole universe is expanding. Furthermore, they have found ways to measure how much the various galaxies are moving. Now, for the most part, you are very busy in your own sphere, right here. You do not give too much thought as to what is out there, even to what is happening with the brilliant star in your galaxy. Stop for a moment and think how wondrous it is that you are here as a point of intelligence, and you know about your star. You know that your star is one among many in what is called the Milky Way galaxy, the galaxy where you are. Think how tremendous this is, that you are a point of intelligence right here, yet at any moment you can expand your understanding to know that your sun is a brilliant star, not the brightest in the Milky Way, but it serves a good purpose. It keeps you warm and allows the crops to grow. It is one star among many in your galaxy. Think how huge that is. Stop for a moment and take in what that means. You have not only created a star around which your planet is revolving, but you get to change everything with the seasons as Holy Mother Earth turns as she circles the star. Now think of the other planets. Think of the other stars in this galaxy, and then recognize that this galaxy is not the only galaxy. How huge this is. From one point of intelligence, as you are here now, using what is called the imagination, you take in what this must mean just in small measure. There are many galaxies, and within each galaxy there are many suns. Around the many suns, there are planets going around in their order. And here you are. You have created it all. It is within your reality. It is within your reality, lowercase r, as we speak of it. It is within your reality, capital R, because again it comes from the reality source which you are. Now, that is great, is it not, to be here and contemplate that which you can create, that which you have created, that which you can begin to sort of, maybe, understand a bit. Now, your scientists have been studying the galaxies because they want to know what a galaxy is. How many stars are in galaxies? They have devised how to measure, how to see, how to study this. Because at first, when you were the shepherd and you were sitting in your field watching your flocks by night, you studied the heavens, and you could see the most brilliant stars. You watched the seasons change, and you saw that the star positions changed. As time went on, you wanted to know more. Therefore, you asked of the brothers and sisters, make for me some means that I can see a little farther, a little more clearly, a little more of what must be up there. So, over time, all of you working together have brought forth the technology so that you can now see, standing here on Holy Mother Earth, what is out there almost as far as you can imagine. Then you said, what would it be like to be out amongst some of these star formations? And so you have sent out a mechanized being, such as your science fiction tells about. And, by the way, where does your science fiction come from? It comes from you. It comes from your imagination of stepping one further step out and saying, what if? Your scientists, now, because they can measure the movement of the galaxies themselves, not only just the stars, but also the galaxies themselves, are predicting that if everything stays its course, within 3 to 4 billion years, the Andromeda Galaxy is going to intersect with the Milky Way Galaxy. That is going to be quite a show. It is predicted that within 3 to 4 billion years, closer to 4 billion years, they are going to intersect, and within 6 billion years the two galaxies will merge into one, bringing all the star formations and all the planets that are in rotation around them into a new course because of the gravitational pull of the different star systems and with the dark matter that your scientists have yet to understand. The gravitational force is going to be working on the two galaxies as they intersect. Now, you say, what does that have to do with me? I'm probably not going to be around in 6 billion years or even 3 to 4 billion years. I can't even imagine how far out that has to be. But I say to you right now, because all time is now, it is happening right now. And that which you are understanding your scientists to say, is happening, and your intelligence is there right now. Your intelligence is right there in the Andromeda Galaxy as well as in the Milky Way Galaxy. Why? Because there is only one extension of the creative principle. There is only one intelligence, capital I, and that is you. Now, before separated ego gets carried away and says, well, it can really be me. I don't know even half of this. Come with me. You are much more, this is the message, you are much more than you have thought yourself to be. You are not separate from all intelligence, and you are not separate from what seems to be billions of years away. There is you at this moment living in the Andromeda Galaxy. It is an expanding thought. In your next meditation, I would invite you to speak to the intelligence of you, which is you upon a body in the Andromeda Galaxy, and say, hey, I hear that in a certain amount of time I am going to meet up with you. Because you are. And because time is always now, it can be even tomorrow. The revelation I want you to take away from this message is, how great you are. Not just the little speck of dust that you see yourself to be, hurrying around, trying to get somewhere on time, trying to get all of the things done that need to be done. You are much more than that. You do not recognize it, for the most part, but you can. And you will not blow all of the circuits. You sit in meditation and expand your receptivity to take in more of yourself. Ones have asked, if I really hook up with who I am, and I am somewhere else far, far away, and in a star system far, far away, is that going to impact what I am doing here? Yes and no. You will still be waking up in the morning. You will still be eating breakfast. You will still be drinking your tea or coffee, or mocha or latte or whatever. You are still going to be doing that which you have planned for the day, unless, of course, it gets changed. You are still going to be carrying on with the routine, but you are going to have a new way of looking at it. What you will be seeing is how great the intelligence, capital I, has to be if all of this has been created, if all of this does exist, within what? Within a tiny bubble of reality. That is how great you are. You have very specific focus upon the body, upon the mind, upon that which you think you have to do to finish what you have planned for the day. You have the most miraculous focusing ability to keep on keeping on. You have examples in this day and time of your friends, ones you have known, who have released the focus upon the body, and they have moved to what you would call the other side of the veil. We have spoken to you in previous times that veil is becoming thinner and thinner all of the time, and there will come a time when you will be able to have conversation with them. You are going to be able to feel them, that will come first, and then you will be able to see them. Will I recognize them? Yes, you will recognize them. There will be an energy about them that you recognize, and there will be a loving coming together, a welcoming, because your heart yearns for them. Now, I ask you, why does your heart yearn for them? Why do you want to see certain loved ones again? Because truly you are joined in love. You are one in the space of love. There have been ones in your life where you have been very, very close, and you have loved them as your own being. And it is true, they are your own being. You are not separate from anything at all, and you are not separate from anyone or anything which you have loved. You always have that love, no matter if it is a person or a four-footed one, or any other example which allows the heart to open. You have focus, very specific focus, and I have spoken to you many times that it is a miracle that you do to keep the focus so specific, to say, well, this is me. I am here. These are my friends. These are the walls, and this is a house, etc., while shutting out all of the illness, all of the greatness that we have just spoken about. And yet, in a moment you can bring that back with a thought. It is a miracle what you do, and, for the most part, you do not focus on the miracle. You focus on what might be lacking, what you might have said that could have been said better, what you should have done, where you should have gone, etc. You focus on all the things that seem to be not quite perfect, endeavoring to make them perfect, and in truth, they already are. It takes only the change of focus which we have talked about many times, the change of focus to come back to the heart, back to the place which knows. Not the mind. The mind loves to play and to send you on great adventurous treks, journeys, different places, to the point where you say, "Stop this already. I am tired." Then the heart speaks. And what does the heart say? The heart speaks true. It speaks of love. It says you are loved. Everything you have ever thought you did, what others may have done, really did not happen. Wow! How can you say that? It really didn't happen? Because it really did not happen. It happened in your mind. You made it up. And the wonderful part of that is, if you made it up, you can change it. You can go back at any time, hear this well, you can go back at any time and rewrite your history. You can go back and change that which you said, that which they said, that which seems in your memory. This is what I think they said. This is what I think they did. But you know, that's all in the past. I can change that. And you can. These are not just flowery words. This is the truth of your being. You are the creator, right here in this point of focus. You are creating that which you experience, you are interpreting that which you experience, and oftentimes your interpretation is false. You can put it behind you. There is a very famous saying that you have in your holy book, where I said unto Satan, "Get thee behind me. I'm done with you. Get behind me." That is the past. I am walking on. It was not so much that Satan had to get behind me, but that I was walking away from the possibility that there could be something wrong. Nothing is ever wrong. No one ever does or says something wrong to you. But you interpret it as if they do. And a lot of times because of past inclination, you say, "Well, that wasn't so good. I don't like that." Or you say, "Hey, that's really good. I want more of that." It all comes down to interpretation, and that can vary, not only from lifetime to lifetime, but even from day to day as to how you see something. Something can happen, and on one day you will say, "Oh, gee, I wish that hadn't happened. I really don't like that." But the next day you say, "Oh, well, that's how that fits in. Okay." And then it makes more sense. You are a powerful creator. That is the point I am making. You are more powerful than you have ever recognized yourself to be. You think that you are a separate point of intelligence, separate from everything else, but you are not. You are the intelligence of the universe. You have heard that said, but what does it mean? You are the intelligence that recognizes that you are more vast than what you have ever thought yourself to be. Okay. Your Andromeda galaxy is on a collision course with the Milky Way galaxy. Wow. But what does that have to do with me? Everything. Everything. It has to do with all that you are, because it brings clearly to your recognition the power that you must be in order to create and to acknowledge that there could be such a thing as two galaxies, and there are more than two, and you are very much the creator of that which you take into your reality. You are very much the creator of all that plays in your mind, in your reality. Now, are there other realities that do not experience the possibility of galaxies colliding and merging? Of course. There are other realities that do not have within the imaginative force the idea of galaxies or stars. There are other realities that flow like liquid crystal. We have spoken of that at other times, something that feels a bit different than what you have made as the flesh and bones of the body, and yet it has intelligence. And it is as much an aspect of intelligence as you are. You have known, and will know, other forms of intelligence as beings. That is what this message is all about. It is to expand your mind to the place where it asks for verification from the heart. Is this true? And the heart says, yes, it is true. It is time now that you awaken to more of what you are, not only who you are. We have spoken other times of the various personalities that you have played as you would be upon the stage, and you are in a certain scripting. You have been the various who's. Now you are looking at your creations, what you create, what you play with, as ideas in the mind, and the power that you have. The power that you have to put yourself forward into an aspect where you can imagine a time 3 to 4 billion years from now when the galaxies come together. You are the one who is writing the script. Is it going to be a great collision? Is it going to be destroying everything that has ever been? It could be. Probably not. Love does not write a script quite like that. A melding of the two is more likely. Play with that in your next meditation. What would it look like to see two galaxies, with millions of stars, millions of solar systems, coming together? Well, it depends, does it not? If you want an action movie, wow, there you would have a script. Or if you want a movie where everything happens in peace and order, you can have that. And in truth, you do not have to choose, because you can have it all. You live in an ever-expanding reality. How great thou art! So be it.